Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. Everybody make sure you have your great big drink. Hey, Valerie. And take a great big drink. Make sure you have, this is 33.8 ounces, so I need to drink at least 2 of these, maybe a little bit more today. And you too. And you too. Oh, yay, Deb, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So, make bad art, Deb. Make lots of art, so there's good and bad in there. You know what I mean? So I have this Mod Podge of things to do today, and I thought, who better to do a Mod Podge of things with me than my artsy friends, right? Okay, so I have to get this out of the way first, and then we can just start blabbing and creating like we always do. So if you are brand new here, or if you just haven't done this yet, if you would like, follow, comment, share, all the things to Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate that. That simple act of doing that keeps me, I can't think of a word, but keeps me active in the world of social media. Every time you comment, every time you like something, every time you share something, every time you save something on Instagram, remember with the little banner, with the little banner button, all of that helps me in a way that doesn't really, it's a pretty easy way to support somebody. Anyway, if you could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And then for all things Ann and Artsy, go to AnnCorbiereScottDesigns.com. Okay, let's get started. So I'll show you what I did with those cards yesterday, because remember we had a special pop-in paint party yesterday for National Christmas Card Day. So here is what I did with the poinsettia from the Card Candy 1, and this background that I made with the Crafters Workshop stencil butters. I taught a class a million years ago, and I did a whole bunch of different techniques that you can do with stencil butters, and it was so fun. It was so fun. So here's number 1. I popped this. I think I assembled this in class yesterday, if I'm remembering correctly. I painted this with beam paints like 400 years ago. Who knows when? And then this one I finished up yesterday after class. So I did the same. I did a background with my washi tape, the Roy G. Biv washi tape, and I cut off the little extra at the top and the little extra at the bottom, and then I just covered this whole card front with that same washi tape as I added this little bit of a little accent to this one piece of holly. And then the rest, I think that we did in class yesterday, where we did the stencil with some distress inks on top of a painted image. That is a very cool and effective artsy technique, a way to add some visual interest and texture to a to a background. Okay, and then the third and final is this one that I think I did in class yesterday. I didn't add anything else to it. I thought about it, and I still might, but I don't know. I think it's fine this way. This is another background that I created in that class, where I just finger painted stencil butter. This is beach glass, the color, onto a piece of cardstock. And then I die cut it with my tried and true, my favorite things, rectangle stitch dies. And then I did my layers on here. And I really remember I popped 2 of the houses and had one back. And I'm kind of digging that. I like the dimension that creates. Okay, so those are the cards that I created yesterday for National Christmas Card Day. But then I was like fiddling around. So I have this background that I made, again, probably 450 years ago. And it's the easiest background. I did this background for a class for K and Crafts in, oh golly, it's in Minnesota. What's the name of the town? Oh, it starts with an M. It's right on the border with Fargo. Oh my gosh. Now I don't remember. Oh my gosh, I didn't think I would never ever forget that. Anyway, that store has sadly since closed, but it's the easiest background. It's the easiest background. Just a sec. All you need is a mini distress ink pad, or any ink pad really. Okay, so I have these hunks of paper that I cut wrong, so let's just make one on here. Okay, so this one I think I used hickory smoke, so let's do that one again. It's so easy. Tessa taught me this background, and oh my gosh, I've used it so many times. So you're just going to take your ink pad, and you're just going to slide it. You like push and then let go. Push and then let go, right? Then we're going to find another spot. Push and let go. Push and let go. Push and let go, push and let go. Push and let go, push and let go, push and let go. And you're just gonna just build this slowly. So here, let's do this one. Push and let go, push and let go. So this one, we're gonna have them meeting. The boards are kind of meeting. And it's all about kind of creating like a barnwood background. Push and let go. Moorhead. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's right. And the best people in the world own that store. Kay and Dan, and I just love them. And I'm telling you, I loved her store for many reasons, because I loved Kay, but also she had the best selection of she saw the beauty in, it does sound like an exercise, it does. She had the best selection of open stock. Like, she saw the advantage of open stock. I bought my clear color markers. I bought all of those there. I bought a bunch of Copics there. I bought, I'm trying to think what the other, she had open stock Prismacolors, bought those. Let's see, let's turn this and see if we get a different, yep. So just push and kind of let go. So you just kind of drag it across, right? So let's have this one over here. So push, push, you want a deep concentration of ink here, then let's do, this one isn't so deep, so let's work on that. It could be that my ink pad is getting dried out. That's certainly a possibility. I haven't used these in a long time. So you see, you could do this in any color, right? You could do this in any color. Okay, now you're going to squish it down on your craft mat. Give us a little bit of water. Okay, and now we're going to take a thin brush. I think this is my number 2 round. Mix that water in there, creating a paint. And then we're just going to do some easy lines between the slats of wood. Does that make sense to everybody? I kind of have, I told you, I have like this hodgepodge of things to talk about, of things to do and play with. So then I'm going to also do a line right here in between the boards, right? This is so dry. There we go. Right? So you get the idea. We're just going to build up these boards, right? And these don't have to be perfect in any way. We just want to build, we're just building, what do I want to say? Dimension, right? So you see how just the adding that little bit of a line, how that is helping. And now we're going to do the cross lines. And then I wonder if I just pull some color off this. I wonder if that would work better. Let's see. And then we're going to do some circles right there and right there for like nails in that barnwood, right? And this is all super light, but I hope you get the idea. I'll come back and do this. Work on this more. I'll probably hit that with a re-inker. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this is a light representation, but you get the idea, right? Does that, can you see where I'm going? Right? So think about all the possibilities, a billion possibilities. I think I might have, let's put that one back. Oh, I have rusty hinges. I think that's the only brownish one I have, but that might be kind of cool. Let's have another piece of that wrongly cut background. Let's see how this one is. Yep, better. Right? This is, I'm telling you, this is the easiest, but I just think it's, I love a country Christmas kind of vibe. And it's pretty quick, goes pretty quick. And like I said, I did it for Kay. Oh my gosh, I just loved her store. I mean, I get it. You know, she was ready to do something different in her life. But I did love her store. She had the best wall of stencils. I always came home with so many stencils. Okay, right? So then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to paint our stripes, our division of boards, right? And you know, you can certainly enhance this however you kind of see fit, right? You can, you can come back in with some colored pencils if you want. You can, you know, do whatever kind of works for you. And you want them to be kind of wonky because these are barn doors, right? Barn wood. So it's not perfect at all. There we go. Right, so there's the division, and now we can do our nails. And I would certainly come back and really work on the lines. I would like kind of vary the darkness and lightness, all the values there. I would play with that a lot. Right? I would really play with deepening these. I would want them to have some really good highs and lows. There, I would really want to play up all the imperfections that wood just kind of has, you know. I love that. I love that. So I hope you love that technique. I love that technique. I do it a lot. It's so funny. I do it a lot and then I don't do it for a really long time. Weird, right? Okay, so there's one artsy background. Okay, so now I want to assemble this card. And here's what I was thinking. I want to put this background on my card base. And then I have these little houses from my village that I have colored with colored pencils, watercolor colored pencils and regular colored pencils. right? I wanted 3 little kind of like the most country looking houses. There we go. Maybe have that one tucked back there just a little bit. That's what I'm kind of feeling, like this little, like a neighborhood sort of thing. And then I thought, I'm so glad you are part of my village. So I need to kind of fiddle around with how I'm going to adhere those. I'm going to ponder for 1 second. Everybody take a drink. Good morning, Nancy. But that's not the only cool background I have to share with you guys this morning. You know, I love juxtaposing a funky background with more refined artwork. There's something about that to me. I just love the mishmash of all of those textures and dimension, and I don't know, there's something about it I just love. So let's adhere the houses down first, and I will think about how I'm going to do that. I did leave my score tape out last night. Remember, I'm going to overshoot the edge, and then I can just trim off the excess. Right? Okay, now my little triangle house. My little alpine chalet. There we go. And let's trim up our excess. Okay, this chimney is going to be a little tricky. There's all these stones, and they're all organic shapes. Good morning, Peg. Building a card. You'll have to watch. I did a little card background, a little artsy card background. And now this little alpine diddly-doo. There we go. I have to take my glasses off for close work, but I have to leave my glasses on to read your comments. The perils of getting old. Don't you hate when your body just doesn't do the things that it just naturally did before? That's a frustration. There we go. Let's do this guy over here. I had to put Shorzy. So, he is listening to some quiet music right now. Ooh, a latte. That sounds fancy. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I know that that's a little bit fancy. Okay. And then this little Alpine. Okay, I kind of like the idea of it kind of tucked behind. I don't know, there's something about that to me. And I want it a little bit askew. Yes, I love that. Okay, and then, so I have my letters up here, but now I'm feeling like maybe I want them kind of connected. Or I could have them up in this corner. So we have some nice, I don't like any of those. I don't know. I don't love that. I don't like that either. I think I need to set this aside because I'm not loving it. So I'm going to set it aside in this card base. Okay, so now I have never tried this next background, but I saw it and was like, oh my gosh, we're going to be able to make something fun out of that. So, here we go. I'm going to get some watercolors out. So we're using lots of different mediums this morning. Okay, so for me, I'm thinking I want to do some blues. You know, those are tickling my fancy, so let's get those out. Okay. All right, these blues, I love these blues. So let's get some water in there to activate those. Because wait till you see what we're going to do. I'm going to do, you know what, I'm just going to get everything wet because who knows what we'll do. Do you know what I mean? Just get everything, give it all a good drink this morning. I did have, I wanted to talk to, while those are activating, let's talk about, so do you have any Christmas traditions that are just for you? I mean, we all have Christmas traditions that we do, like as a family or with your partner or whatever. But I do have a few Christmas traditions that I do just for me. And one of them is that I, because I need to kind of get in the spirit. Do you know what I mean? So I have a stack of Christmas books that I read some or all of every year. It doesn't matter. But one that I always read is this book of short stories by Maeve Binchy that I bought in 1998 at a secondhand store for $1.99. And it's This Year Will Be Different and Other Stories. And I'm telling you, each story is look, I even wrote my name. Each story is like this one is 16 pages. They're not long, but they're just, 10 snaps of Christmas. The daughter gets a Polaroid camera. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, I hope that if you don't have a little tradition that's just for yourself, I hope that you find one. Maybe it's that you, another one that I have is that, because like I said, I don't drink coffee. I don't ever go to Starbucks or Dutch Bros or any of those places, But during the holidays, I do go to Starbucks and get myself, a couple of times during the season, I will get myself a hot chocolate. Because I always have fancy hot chocolate. Like one year they had hot chocolate and they put some kind of a coconut goo. I don't know what it was. What is that pump stuff? Syrup or something? Anyway, they had, it tasted like an Almond Joy. It was so good. It was so, so good. Anyway, so those are my two little things that I do for myself. I do like to burn candles that are, that smell like pine, or those warm Christmassy scents, and there's something about a flame, isn't there? It's just, comforting and warm and all those things. Anyway, so I hope that you will think of some little Christmas traditions that you do for yourself and that share them with us. Maybe then we'll adopt those for us too. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I wanted to talk to you about that. Everybody take a drink. Okay, so now I have more. Oh, and by the way, these card fronts I've cut are all out of our 90-pound watercolor paper. You could use regular watercolor, but you can use whatever you want. Okay, so now I have a big flat brush and my water cup, right? So I want to get my water brush nice and wet. And I saw this technique on a couple of girls' Instagrams, versions of this. You know how that goes. Everybody kind of puts their own spin on things. But one that you should probably check out is Rosemarie Dunn Art. D-U-N-N is her name. Rosemarie Dunn Art. It's all one word. Okay. So my brush should be nice and wet. Now I'm going to get lots of paint on my brush. And I'm putting my brush in 2 different colors. And then I'm just going to, my brush is nice and wet. And I want to cover this whole card front with paint. Nice and wet, very wet. Right, nice and wet. Okay. I'm trying to not touch it very much with my finger because I don't want a big fingerprint in there. Let's do one more. Okay. All right. And now, in this bottle, in this spray bottle is alcohol. Like rubbing alcohol. And we're just going to spritz this card front with rubbing alcohol and see what happens. Oh, stop it. Stop it right this minute. Look at that. Look at, oh my gosh, and when I hit it with the heat gun. I just wanted to create kind of like a snowy background. So I'm going to dry it a bit. Right? Then I think I want to try it again. But I'm going to go further away. Oh, it stinks like a doctor's office here, but look at how pretty it is. I love that there's this dark line right here that I thought, oh, you know what I could do with that? I could, oh my gosh, and shut up, look at this down here. I could make this, like that could be like a tree line or something. I don't know. Anyway, what do you think? Right? I just feel like that's like another whole, like, that was my first one doing it. That was the first time doing it. Let's do it again. There we go. Now let's try it again. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love it so much. Okay, let's get that down. I have a fingerprint over here. I want to try and get rid of it. Oh my gosh. That's so pretty. So what I was thinking was I wanted to make a I know, Nance. Think of all the cool once it's dry, you guys, the I mean, obviously these will need to be ironed or put in a book or something to flatten them out. But seriously, look at up here. I got some really cool speckly, I don't know if you can see that. You can see the speckly texture I got up there. Oh, that doesn't, there. Can you kind of see? Right? And this one, I think right in that center there, I got some good, oh, that's too close. Sorry. There we go. I thought that was pretty dark, but you know what? Maybe I need to go even darker to see, or I wonder if I taped down my paper. How are we doing on time? We're doing all right. So I was talking last night in book club about, I met this young man. I think I talked to you guys about it. Sorry, just grabbing some masking tape. That's what I'm thinking too, Nance. Okay, let's set those aside. And you see I have washi tape around here so I know, remember this one is the alcohol and this one is the water. Those, I don't think we want to get those mixed up. Okay, so anyway, I was sitting next to this young man on the plane ride, and he and I talked about kind of like a lot of stuff, like all kinds of things. All right. So I know that's not straight tam, but we're going to play with it anyway. So let's take some of those same colors again. That deeper blue, I think I really want to play with that deeper blue. See that really dark blue? I feel like that might be, I think I need to vary my, there we go. Get lots more pigment down there. Right. Like I feel like these light areas, I need to darken them up quite a bit. Because I just feel like it's going to really show up so much more on darker colors. Okay. And now, like I can see the speckles. Can you, it's just kind of magic what happens. I wonder if we let it dry all the way, or if we let it dry naturally, or if we let it, if we help it along with a heat gun. I kind of like that dark line that's happening right there. I'm curious what's going to happen when that dries. Because now I'm wondering what will happen once we dry it, and then what if I spritz it again? Do you know what I mean? Will it still, will it have the same reaction? We'll see. That dark line is not going away. So let's try one more time. It doesn't seem to be as reactive once it's dry, so that's good to know too. I just love that I'm getting this really funky background. Like this just looks like winter night sky, you know? Like this is, I don't know if you can see, but there's like this kind of a starburst almost that happens right here. Who knows how I did that? Who knows? But I'm kind of digging it. Who knows, who knows, who knows? And I just thought, wouldn't a cute little house look so cute on there? Look at it. I started coloring this one last night and I was like, Halloween. Anyway, I just thought, I love to create artsy backgrounds like that, like those stencil butter ones, like do a whole bunch of them, and then I have them waiting for me for the next creation. Do you know what I mean? Oh my gosh. This one, it's so pretty. It's so pretty, you guys. Okay. Okay, do I have another thing, something in a stack here? I told you about Maeve Binchy. Oh, the book club thing. Okay, so we're waiting for this to dry. I'll tell you about. So this young man and I discussed everything in our hour and 25-minute flight. We talked about travel and being raised in a small town, and Sault Ste. Marie, because that's where he was born and raised, and family and people that, we both knew, and being Midwest nice and all of that, all that comes with that. And then we started talking about books. And so he was reading Dune, and which is not a book that I would probably read, but I was curious and I asked him about it and that kind of thing. And then I made some suggestions I was telling him about my book club. I love my book club. And I told him, I was like, it's the greatest because we all read things that we maybe wouldn't have chosen ourselves. I go, but we get to discuss it, and what was your favorite part, and what was your favorite character. And so I made some suggestions of books that we read in the past. Like we had read The Vanishing Half, and he and I had talked about like social injustice and the civil rights movement and all of that. And so I told him about The Vanishing Half, which is a book about two sisters who one can pass and the other cannot. And so it was just a fascinating look on life. And then I talked to him about, like, at that point, what the last book that we had just read, which was The Thursday Murder Club. And oh my gosh, that was so good. And that it was a series, and I love a series because once I love a book, I want to read everything that author has ever written. Anyway, so then I came home, and I was he knew my cousins, and it was just great. Anyway, he just really made an impact on me, that cute Ben. Anyway, then I was watching some, I love me a Steve Hartman story. So I was listening to this Steve Hartman story, and he was talking about this young. So in this Barnes and Noble in Georgia, in Athens, Georgia, this woman is in there, and her name is Kathy Rackley, and they just started to. They were both looking at books and chatting about books, and he was talking about, or she was talking about her book club and how much she loved it. And he said, hey, do you think I can join your book club? And she was like, I don't know if you want to belong to our book club. It's all like 40s, 50s, and 60-year-old ladies. And he was like, no, I really want to. Well, she said, sure. And so she gave him the information, and he has since joined that book club. And at that point, she didn't know who he was, and he didn't volunteer. He is Malcolm Mitchell from the Georgia Bulldogs football team, and he was quite the guy. Anyway, and he said, I just felt like they'd find out sooner or later. But he said what happened was, when he entered college, he was reading at a junior high reading level. And so he was working really hard to up his reading game. And so he was reading everything. And he joined the book club, and he's read all kinds of things that he probably would have never chosen. But he's grown so greatly. And Steve Hartman was like, yeah, but you were the star football player. And he goes, but that came easy. That was natural. This I had to work at. I just love that story. And it was so ironic and weird that it happened right after I had this encounter with this young man about reading. Anyway, that's what I have to tell you about today. Maeve Binchy, Rosemary Dunart, and Malcolm Mitchell. So you need to look up. Can I tell you about Steve Hartman? Nancy, do you just love him or what? I'm telling you right this minute, he is the tops, I think. So I really want to do a couple of cards with this blue. I want to create kind of a snow scene, so I'm feeling like maybe I will splatter this with some bleed proof white, so I have an even more snowier scene. And I want to do a Hanukkah card for Jeff's Auntie Carmel, and then I want to do some wintry scenes. And so I have 4 houses here that I haven't painted yet. So I'm feeling like I want to do those. Like I want to do a village one, and then I'm thinking I want to do some Hanukkah ones. So like that might just be. I don't know. I feel like maybe this big house. That, and then what if I did like a little one like that, and then I could just do Happy Hanukkah up here. I'm thinking I just paint like in similar colors. I don't have enough time to do that now, I don't think, but you kind of get where I'm going. So I'm going to move. Well, there we go. I don't know that I want to dry that with my paper towel, though. I feel like I want to see what happens when it dries kind of on its own, or with a little help up here, but just not the paper towel. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like then I could make that into something. You know how our artistic eyes work, that we can see something, you know? I think I'm going to run to CVS today and get some, there's, I think this is 70% isopropyl alcohol. There's a 91%, so I think I want to run to CVS and buy some of that. And I have to check on a prescription, honestly. Okay. Let's clean this up. I just got these new craft mats, which aren't really craft mats. They're like baking or something. I don't know. And I noticed that they stain pretty easily. All right. So now I'm thinking I want to start working on those. Oh, I know what. This house. What are we going to do with this? Yikes, I can't pick it up. There we go. So let's get this down. There we go. think this is big enough to, I think I cut it to fit the whole card front. Yes. Oh, look at it. Got a bunch of crap on there. Okay. All right, so now we need to, I used a Clorox wipe and I'm surprised that didn't work, but I will. I have lots of no, I hate that too. I don't know. I think I might like that. What do you guys think? I'm kind of liking that. Left Justified. I'm kind of liking that. I think I have a thinner. I think this one, that one might fit. Yeah, I think I like this too, Valerie. It's kind of making me happy. So I hope that you are inspired to go play with some artsy techniques today to play with them and see what happens, you know. The barnwood one and the watercolory background one. There we go. Okay, line this up of my village. This is the last part. So, oh my gosh, you guys, make sure that you go over to Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group, because that's the place where you can post pictures. And oh my gosh, can I tell you how much I love when you guys post pictures? Tammy and Keely have used this this art printable in the most ingenious of ways. And you just got to see them to appreciate them. Keely's was in her, oh, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like it's her, like kind of her, it's her planner, memory keeper. And she's used them in there. And then, oh my gosh, I love it so much, you guys. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. It's like so what I wanted it to be. And Tammy has used hers in her, what is it, Tam? Something Advent. I don't remember. Something Advent. I don't remember exactly. Anyway. I just thought that would be inspiring. It is for me. So I will bid you adieu and go wash my hands. Joy to the World Advent. There you go. So post pictures, Tam. Did you post pictures? I know Keely did. I don't remember if you posted pictures in the Anne Corbiere-Scott designs. Be sure to do that so that everybody can see. It's just, I love it. I love when everybody interprets my artwork in a totally different way, like totally different colorways and totally different textures and totally different applications. Oh my gosh, I love it, love it, love it. Oh my gosh, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyway, go out and make it a terrific Tuesday. We are going to meet again tomorrow morning in Stitch Along with Anne. And then we will meet again on Thursday for another pop-in paint party. So be sure to try out these new techniques. I am going to get some other kind of alcohol and play with that technique, because now I'm like, oh, what else can I do? What else can I do? You know, I'm going to fiddle around with the barnwood backgrounds, because this is the last pre-made one I have. So I'll make some more to put in my little stash. Anyway, go out and have an amazing day. I adore you all. Thanks so much. Bye, everyone. If you watch on the replay, let us know. #replay. Bye.